We coming through, people. We live.
We
Are we live?
live.
We
Are we
live,
live?
baby. What's happening, everybody? On my junkie talk. What's happening, everybody?
Hell no.
This is the Ish We Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Um,
Yep.
Let me get to what I need to get through on my phone so I can talk to y'all. I hate that I haven't memorized this yet, but I'm gonna do it one day, eventually. But right now I haven't. But whatever. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about me. We're gonna keep this moving. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review. It's so funny how I can say that so word for word phonetically, and if I don't see it, then it goes totally blank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's normally how that go.
Yeah. Whatever. But again, this is the Ish We Talk. I am the host of this show. The I guess, what do I want to call myself? The lock wearing, blunt sharing, cool motherfucker that you know who I am. I am with Lindsay, the be all do all of this show. If it wasn't for her pushing the bells and whistles, this shit would not happen. And so I appreciate her, and I hope y'all appreciate her too. Again, this is the Ish We Talk. Let's get to this shit.
Well, such a lovely intro. I appreciate that.
Ah, man,
Um,
I can't do it without you, baby.
yeah. Well, I couldn't do it without you either. We make a good team. Yep.
That
And
is a fact, though.
and yeah, so we have been on like a little extended vacay, you know. So what's it been like, a couple weeks?
It's been a couple weeks. Yeah, we don't do none of that shit. Most of these niggas do. One, because we ain't got sponsorship. Two, because we gotta tell y'all what it is right now and real time. So we ain't got the luxury of saying this is season 1, season 2. Nah, this is the shit we talk.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get to these topics. The first topic is huh, Ye, formerly Kanye West, and Kim Kardashian, their divorce is officially finalized. And um yeah, so the details of their divorce finalization have been revealed, and among other situations, the main thing that people have been talking about is how Kim is getting about 200,000 a month in child support. And so people have been like, having their opinions about that. What do you think in regards to that? Do you think that's an appropriate amount, or
Um, I honestly don't think it's an appropriate amount, but before I even go on that rant, I just feel like um, I've always been an advocate of anybody that pays child support. It's supposed to take your kids, not a sustainable living for your significant other, either male or female, to not have to work. Um, and Kim Kardashian's status of the way she living, yeah, 200,000 doesn't mean anything. But due to controversy of what didn't happen to Kanye, if Kanye is say Kanye is clearing 350 grand a month, and he's charged with paying 200,000 on child support. That means it's only $150,000 that he has to take care of everything that he built, and that's just fucked up.
Mm. You know, initially I was just like, I didn't think that 200K was a bad amount, especially given the fact that the kids have to have tuition paid for their private school and also security, because we're talking about high profile kids, and obsessed fans, and, so security is definitely a must. Um, so I didn't think 200K was necessarily bad given those extra expenses. However, I also found out um, that 200K doesn't include tuition nor security. That's an added
Exactly.
amount. So
Exactly.
the thing the thing about the thing about child support is that it's a it's like in the bylaws of it or whatever, it's supposed to be um, enough to so the kid won't really feel a big difference. Because like if dad's a millionaire and mom works at McDonald's, then there's gonna be a difference in the households when they go back and forth. So that's what child support is supposed to do, is to try to keep something, on the same level for the kids, because the kids already got to go through this one.
Exactly.
So I still don't think necessarily 200K is bad, considering that we're talking about billionaires, you know. And then to me, it doesn't matter if Kim has more money or Kim, is a billionaire or not. Like, Kanye still got to pay them as his kids, regardless on if the money is needed or not. Like, she probably won't even touch that money. I can see her putting that money in somebody's trust for the kids. That way, she ain't got to worry about it because the money just goes straight there. But um, I mean, given what child support is supposed to do, I really don't see that 200K being a bad thing. It's like 50K
I
per.
get what you're saying, but then I don't get what you're saying, because at the same time we have to understand that Yay
Mhm.
um on a monthly basis and spending a lot of money to maintain certain things like the compound and whatever the fuck place you got. What is it, Minnesota? Uh
Wyoming, I think.
Wyoming. On top of that, he has other business ventures that aren't fucking with him no more. So that's also money that he's gonna have to divvy out now. That
But I mean, whose fault is that? Like, kids
I'm
are
not faulting anybody. That's the thing. I'm not faulting anybody. I'm not saying, you know, because you made a bad decision, you have to pay this price. What I'm saying is, um, what if he calculates everything and that 200 grand is killing him? Like he was the famous rapper that said, um, win the Super Bowl, drive off in a Hyundai.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
But this is
this
but
is the
this is the
shit that we
thing
know. I'm
about.
saying that he spoke on this shit 100 years ago about fucking with somebody that just exploits you for all your cheese. Like, 200 grand is just way too much. And I know for a billionaire, yeah, that ain't no money. But this nigga got all his contracts taken from him. So he ain't the billionaire you think he is. That
But
shit might cost him.
but again, in that same breath, we have to remember that the billionaire status comes from net worth. Net worth don't necessarily discuss what you got in the bank account. Child support does. So they could have, I mean, and then on top of that, he agreed upon it. So if he really had an issue with the 200K, well, then we would be hearing about a fight about the child support instead of their divorce being finalized. You know what I'm saying? And then he did stuff that he didn't have to do because that house that he bought across the street, he bought that after they separated. He just gave that to her. He just gave it to Kim. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have to do that. He could have resold it. That house was worth almost $6 million. If he was that hurt, I don't think he would have just gave that.
I'm not saying he's hurt. I'm not saying he's hurt at all. I'm just saying 200,000 on top of paying private school and security fees is way too much.
But we're talking about people that got a whole lot of money. And if we're going off of your example, what if he has 350? Well, then if he has 350 and he agreed upon this 200K, then maybe he needs to reevaluate his life. Or maybe he needs to downsize or whatever the case may be, but that doesn't mean that that's not fair. She got the kid
Kanye got
like,
houses everywhere, plus a compound, plus a school, plus he
but
has a basketball team for the youth.
but
That
you don't
takes a
take
lot of
that,
money.
what they have into consideration when you're talking about child support. Child support is for the child. The child is top priority. If a judge is not going to be like, oh, well, you do got this many houses that you're paying a mortgage on. Maybe I can lower the child support. No, the judge don't care about that. The judge is like, okay, well, you need to sell something or reorganize your life or something like that. But this is what the child support is going to be. Like, you got to figure out your life. And nobody's going to give you no slack just because you got so many responsibilities. Well, lighten your responsibility, but your top responsibility is the betterment of this child. Child
Of
support.
course. Of course it is. So that just has to go with time. That doesn't have to go with money. That has to go with time that I spend with my child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then you also need to make sure that the kid is taken care of. You know, that requires money.
It don't require that much. Anytime I'm giving you $200,000 on top of still paying for security and still paying for private schools.
Yep.
That's some disrespectful shit.
But
However you slice
I don't feel like I don't I don't feel like they just came up with this number out the sky. They probably looked over everything. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you think about it, she has the kids majority of the time, which means that she's the one that's paying for the roof over their head the majority of the time. She's the one making sure they got food the majority of the time. She's the one that making sure they got toiletries, they got clothes, shoes, all that. She's the one making sure that all that's taken care of. Then I'm assuming, because I haven't heard this, but I'm assuming that maybe part of that 200K is paying for them nannies. I wouldn't be surprised if each kid got their own nanny. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, there's a lot that entails with that. You know,
So what's the visiting situation like?
he has complete access to them. He has
Okay.
whenever he wants to see them, it's not an issue. And on top of that, when it comes to decisions that they have to make for the kids, if they don't come to an agreement about a decision, they have to go to mediation. And if mediation don't work, then they have to go in front of a judge.
Okay. Okay. Because
So
I'm just looking at it like, me stepping in the onslaught of a Kanye West yay lifestyle. It's like I'm just like, man, I'm not giving her no $200,000 and still have to pay for this, still have to pay for that, and don't have no say so with what the fuck is going on.
no. He has say so. He has access. Um, it just because they're not paying for the tuition and security out of this 200K don't mean that they don't have other expenses that are involved with these kids too. And on top of that, they doing top of the line, top shelf shit. So um they're not no bargain hunters or trying to find a deal or anything like that. They're just paying invoices, you know. So shit costs a lot. It ain't changing no time soon. So
I get it, but man, fuck that shit. Like, damn, Kanye crazy, but
I feel like we're us as regular folks are just looking at that number like it don't cost that much to take care of no kid. Granted, it don't cost that much to take care of no kid, but we're not talking about regular kids.
we
You
not
know,
talking about regular kids. But it's no way in the world that it costs $200,000 a month to take care of a rich kid.
it might cost more
Like,
because we might include in security
man,
and
fuck no,
food.
it doesn't. Like, I understand recession, and you know how um the shit happens where money just it just fluctuates. I understand all that shit. I also understand that it doesn't cost $200,000 to raise a fucking kid. Like, no, not even a millionaire's kid, not even a billionaire's kid.
Yeah,
It doesn't cost that much. I don't give a
yeah.
fuck what nobody says on this God green earth. I can guarantee you, and I'm not even trying to be on no extra shit on no bummy shit. But if you're a billionaire, you're probably spending 50, 60 grand a month on your kids. It is nowhere in the world that jumps to fucking $200,000.
Well,
200,000
it's
is
200,000 for 4 kids. So if you're saying that a 50, 60,000 for a kid is appropriate, then that's four
no. I
kids. That's
said for
50,000.
your kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't say 50, 60,000 for your kid. I said 50, 60,000 for your kids.
Um,
That's multiple. That's a bunch of them.
but then again, these ain't normal kids. Like shit cost a lot. Like one of them, I think one of them plays soccer or something. You think it's like $500 for them to be a part of that soccer league? No, you know what I'm saying? Like, North used to do ballet. I don't know if she still does, but when she was real little, she did ballet. You think going to that ballet school is like $100 a month? No, like, no. They live a lavish lifestyle. Um,
And they do. And nothing costs that much. Nothing.
yeah.
200,000.
Say
Your
for
kids are
instance,
not blowing 200 grand a month.
say for
You are.
instance, say for instance, they Kim takes them on a trip, to Florida. That's from California to Florida. They're not flying commercial. That's a private jet. Do you feel like Kim should take care of that jet cost by herself?
Yeah. She want to take
What?
them? What the
Oh
fuck
my
are you
god.
talking about? What? Hold on. Time
You
out.
could be
Flag
taking
on
them
the
to
play.
Kanye.
What the fuck
She
are
could
we
be taking
talking about, Lindsay? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? We talking
what
about
I'm saying
child
that
support for a
is
kid. That means
that money that
money
money is
paying
not
for
going to
insurance, all this whatever extra activities they want to do. That's what we're talking about.
right.
We're not
Right.
talking about a trip to fucking Florida on a fucking private jet.
But I'm saying
Fuck out of
that
here.
child support
Pay for that.
child support takes some of that load off of her to pay for it.
Man, fuck out of here, Lindsay. You on some bullshit right now, cuz. I love you
How?
to death, but you strictly on some bullshit.
How? How?
Because Why? How the fuck am I paying for that?
What you mean? How you paying for that?
How am I paying for that when I'm paying for their living cost? Because that's what child
That's part
support
of their living.
is.
That's part of their living. That's the thing
No,
because
that's a luxury. No, we got to
part
put this shit in
part of their
perspective of
lifestyle.
what they say in child support. It's about
But
a
that's what
living
they say
wage.
in child support.
Their
That's
luxury ain't
they're
that
supposed
much.
to sustain. They're supposed to sustain the same lifestyle between the two homes. That wouldn't be like if Kim Kardashian wasn't the Kim Kardashian, and she would probably have to fly commercial had it not been for the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, the money is supposed to be there to withstand the lifestyle.
I'm
So
not believing
maybe,
that. You
maybe
can't
that money
believe
was
that. If you believe that, man, I am sorry for your baby daddy. You cannot believe that because I don't pay for the vacation. I
that's
don't do
part of
that.
the
I pay
lifestyle.
for the way my child is living in the home.
That's
Now,
part
if
of the
I want to pay for
lifestyle.
the vacation, like if me and my child is going on a vacation, excuse me, let me adjust my camera. So if me and my child is going on a vacation, then of course I'm paying for that. But if you and your mama is going on a vacation, who's paying for that? Your
It's
mama.
not. It's not necessarily a vacation. She could be taking the kids to see Kanye. Kanye could be in Florida and be like, "Hey, can you bring my kids?" Okay, no problem. And
You
she hop
talking
on
a
a bus.
whole bunch of bullshit. Because if that's the case, Kanye is just gonna pay for it himself, hands out, without dishing her money every month for that.
But it won't be that big of a deal if he do or don't because he already paid for it in the child support.
You are
Uh-huh.
talking a bunch of bullshit, Lindsay, and I want you to understand that. I
How?
any woman that's listening to this and saying that Lindsay is right, I'm telling you right now, as a man, and as I want to always salute myself as a good man. As a good man, that's some bullshit. Let me
I
take
just
care of my kid. Let me spoil my kid like I want to. I should not be obligated to give you so much that not only is my kids taken care of, but you maintain a crazy ass living where you can bag another nigga. That's some bullshit. You bag another nigga because you worked for it. I take care of my kids because I earned that. I earned the right to take care of mine.
what does another dude got to do with anything?
Fuck all that, man. I don't. Yeah, fuck all that, man.
All right, so it's safe to say that we are in a disagreement about
Yes,
how we
we're in a
pay.
total disagreement to that. Um, Hold on, Jasmine, are you up? All right. Do you have any rebuttal about this situation that we talking about? Well, no. She believes we're both crazy. We don't know what we're talking about.
I didn't say that. Y'all know what y'all was talking about.
Okay,
She
so
like, nah,
that's
child support is supposed to be whatever. Which tells
I
me she
only
gonna put
know.
me on child support. That's all that is. That was her lightweight saying,
Curious,
I'm gonna put your ass on child support, nigga.
right? But I'm curious now to know her thoughts because I thought it was only like two sides to this. So if we both wrong, then what are her thoughts?
What are your thoughts, Jasmine?
I'm over here on TikTok. I don't have anything.
She said she been on TikTok. She ain't got no thoughts.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, TikTok says I'm right. So yeah.
Well, TikTok sits on a bed of lies, and we all know this.
Not on that.
Yeah, everybody that made it famous off a song on TikTok, only 30% of them niggas got famous. So that means 70% of them niggas lied to themselves. So we ain't even gonna talk about that.
All right. All right. So next topic is someone that Kanye and Kim both have partnerships with is, and that is Balenciaga. Balenciaga has been under the fire lately because they put out a campaign. I didn't know what they was trying to sell in the campaign, but they had these little kids with these monster teddy bears, and the teddy bears had on BDSM attire. So
Yeah.
it's like you're low key trying to sexualize these kids, and I don't know who signed off on it, but that should be the first person to get fired. Um, but yeah, it's a lot of people that are mad about this. There's a whole lot of people that are mad about this, rightfully so. Then of course they came to Kim K, blowing up her mentions about this. So she put out a statement. Um, the statement basically said that she's horrified at what has happened. She's gonna have a stern talking to with them, and she doesn't know if she's gonna continue her partnership or not. Yeah, that was straight
So
bullshit, you know, straight bullshit. But hey, um, yeah. So, what are your thoughts?
oh shit. So ladies and gentlemen, as y'all know, we go through deep dives. So please allow me to go through my deep dive about uh this whole situation in a whole, because I want to start from the beginning and then I want to end it on what I know. So let's start from the beginning. Balenciaga cut ties with Kanye because of anti-Semitic remarks. Okay, so when that happened, a lot of people who were on Kanye's side went on a whole tangent about Balenciaga. Then Adidas did it. And then they continued to go on this tangent. Then we found out that, well, I can't say we. I've been knowing this since high school, that Adidas was founded by Nazis. We found that out by going through this deep dive about Kanye. And then on top of that, we found out that, Balenciaga and Adidas they're kind of like co-conspirators or brothers because they're owned by a parent company. Now, this parent company who backed Adidas, who are Nazis, let's just say that, also backed Balenciaga. We ain't even gonna. I'm leave Balenciaga alone for a second. But they also backed up a company that makes child-sized sex dolls. And I don't know if y'all like really understand what I'm saying. It's a company that calls this shit art, quote unquote art. This is art. You can display this shit anywhere in your house if you want to of art. But these people make childlike figures with dicks as noses and assholes as mouths. And if you think I'm bullshitting, you can look them up. Uh, the the thing that bothers me so much about this is nobody really even talks about this because with the shit that happened with Balenciaga, they're trying to sweep it under the rug like it has nothing to do with you. but your parent company always been about this shit. Now, deep diving into it, and then I'm gonna have to shoot the assist off to Lindsay, because Lindsay had texted me and she said, I heard about this company before, and they say they just make these dolls. So sex offenders wouldn't molest children. So I deep dived into that. You know what I found out?
What?
That ain't that they just like they artists. They just make art. So they totally even denying that part. But they still are doing it. They still are doing it. On top of that, let's now I'm gonna deep dive into Balenciaga. You know, we heard about your parent company, Balenciaga. One of their top, what do you call them? Not inventors, but stylists, designers.
Mm-hmm.
She has came up with the most devilish shit ever, and overseas that shit sell. Like, she made a bag with a baby doll. Like, so, you know, the bag comes with the baby doll, and then the baby doll has accessories. And through those accessories of a Balenciaga bag, it's like blood-soaked rags, a blood-soaked uh 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 fucking it's not a teddy bear, it's a duck. I'm sorry, it's a duck. Duck soaked with blood, like a bed, and then a pacifier. And these niggas is selling that shit overseas like it's the new trend.
Yeah.
Like, everything about this whole company is almost what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like it's leading lambs to slaughter. Like, I hate to sound like my mama, but this shit is demonic as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, and we've been under this control and not knowing it.
Well, I always knew something
Not knowing it. And it's, you said
like,
what?
I said I always knew something was a little off with Balenciaga. Like, they just don't do things. Like, not saying that you're supposed to fashion, but it's just they just don't do things normal.
Exactly.
You know, and then they try to like disguise it as art. You know, thinking outside the box, it's fashion, but this has just gone too far.
And just to put y'all in insight, people, and y'all can look this up if y'all think I'm bullshit. They have a art piece that's a bunch of Native American young girls' heads and an anus in the middle of it. Like a not like an anus art, like, you know, like, oh, you look at the art, like, nah, anus you can actually stick your finger through.
Now, why? Like,
and why?
What's going on?
Because these niggas are making fucking art for child molesters.
Right. Right. But you gotta have one fucked up mind. You know,
because like even if it was art, why do they have to be Native American children?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what's the significance in that? And this is a company that ain't even in America, so what is, like, what?
Even speaking of that, oh shit, you know these niggas is because they have a business at international, they're ducking taxes.
Mm.
Well, that wasn't even the shit that I even want to talk about, but fuck it, I'm gonna talk about it. They're ducking taxes. Right. They're ducking two countries' taxes right now because they're international. Not only are they doing that, is how they get everybody to fuck with them is they pay everybody. They make everybody a director. Selma Hayek's husband's a director. I mean, not a director. I mean, a president. Guess who else is a president?
Oh.
Emma Watson.
Hmm.
But she can't say that out loud because if she says that out loud, she'll never get another acting role.
Right. Especially now that this stuff is coming to the forefront,
But she's an independent director. You can look that shit up. For the parent company, just like Selma Hayek's husband. He's an independent director. She's an independent director. That means there's like a sponsorship. They get paid regardless if they make a movie or not or do anything. They getting paid from them. They can't say shit.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
this is a whole debacle of some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And Kim fucking Kardashian had the nerve to say, I'm gonna have a stern talking to him. Bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of here, like you are gonna continue to make that fucking money. And you're not gonna give a fuck what they doing. And that's the sad part.
Nothing. She shouldn't have said anything. You know what I'm saying? She should have just stayed quiet. The shit would have blew over eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need no statement from you if you're not gonna do nothing about it. And
exactly.
Then I'm just like, damn. I mean, you good. Like, you don't need to do nothing extra ever again in life if you don't want to. So what would it hurt for you to be like, I'm cutting ties with Balenciaga?
Exactly. They already cut ties with your ex-husband.
Mm-hmm. Right, like,
so it's if you really want to get into the whole matter of we trying to co-parent, we trying to understand each other, I'll do so extra. They cut ties with your husband. Why you still got ties with him?
Right, and especially after this foolishness, like, you're not even putting your kids first or their safety at first. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing. Like you
bringing your kids to them damn fashion shows. Now you know there ain't nothing but weirdos gonna be at them damn fashion shows. So are you gonna continue to put your kids in harm's way? Like, it's ridiculous.
It's so crazy because it's the one thing that when Kim was making her statement, it was so fucked up because you got all these people who are wrong, but who are right when they go against Kim with this. And so that's the crazy part. It's like you got motherfuckers like Candace Owens who are totally right for going against Kim with this shit. But you can't follow what this bitch say because she's wrong all the fucking of the time.
And
it's such a confusing period in America right now.
Right, because you're absolutely right. Like, when she talks, normally it's just like, whatever. Let me see what else somebody else got going on. But when she talks about that family, she's spot on. But you don't even want to give her props for being spot on because you don't like her ass. You know what I'm saying? That's weird.
Exactly.
But
you know what I'm saying?
the whole
we are such
situation,
a confusing time, man.
It is. It's just like the whole situation around that family is weird. Yeah, but and they ain't going away no time soon. But yeah, this whole Balenciaga thing, like, I mean, unfortunately, motherfuckers are still gonna wear them. They still gonna be giving their money to them, and that's just is what it is. Even though it's a bunch of weirdos hiding in plain sight over there. Yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie to you because I think of it like this is like Tommy Hilfiger times fucking 200,000.
Get the can
because you said, oh shit.
Yeah.
endorse him for nothing.
Yeah.
But remember when that whole debacle came out with Tommy Hilfiger about him not wanting black people to wear his clothes?
Yeah, and he went on like a whole press run trying to refute that,
Like,
and
yeah,
that is
and
still
so
on
like,
to this day.
yeah, he tried to save himself, and I mean, for a little, for I ain't even gonna say for a little while. Nah, real shit. Push come to shake, Tommy saved himself. He never said him, like he said he could be telling the truth. He never said that shit in general. But the people who was making his company did. Like that's how I look at it. Like I don't think Tommy Hilfiger ever said that because he just wants some money. But I think the people who was building this brand, oh yeah, they definitely said that shit.
I mean, honestly, I don't even know if it was said because again, it's about money, and we know that money, hip hop has a whole lot of money in it. So why would you shoot yourself in the foot like that? You know what I mean?
It is, but I'm gonna tell you one thing I know about hip hop is they be in circles motherfuckers don't even think they in. So that was said. I don't think it was said by Tommy Hilfiger, but it was said by a representative, and he had
Yeah,
to clean that up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that press run he did trying to clean that up. Um,
But push come to shove, what I'm talking about is we can go on a
right,
tangent about that. But
that good old
what I'm
left.
saying is with Balenciaga and uh, the whole thing in a nutshell is you can't hide from this because your parent company and the people that you are alongside with under this parent company, because the parent company also owns Adidas, also owns Gucci, and a couple of other shits. Um, so it's not a coincidence that they wanted to cut ties with Kanye because Kanye was starting to tell the truth on everybody. Now, I'm not saying uh, Kanye is like the spokesperson of America or the next president of the United States. Um, I would never say that. What I will say is, it's something about um, putting niggas, you know what I'm saying, like set niggas up when the crazy niggas start talking. I don't know if that makes sense, but like,
Yeah,
you know, when a crazy nigga start talking and all of a sudden niggas get thrown up against the bus, it's because the crazy nigga he ain't really lying to y'all.
right, right, right. Yeah, they just want him to shut up.
Yeah.
Right, like they
And I
creating a
think that's what I
diversion.
think. I think when that whole debacle happened with Kanye, it was a lot of motherfuckers like they do the alphabet community. Like it was a bunch of niggas that was backing them enough to start
Get
doing
the can,
research and all this shit start coming out. And they like, why you hating on this nigga when y'all be on this type of bullshit?
get the can,
And here we go.
the can. It messes up the view. That's what I was telling. So, um, but yeah. So
Would you focus on the can the whole time I was talking?
no, I
I was about to
wasn't.
say, because goddamn, nothing got accomplished with what I was saying.
I'm just saying it messes up the view. Like when you put it right there, the camera focuses on that, so it's like crystal clear over here, and then you're like fuzzy in the background.
Yeah, I get that. I just want to make sure that everybody heard what I said.
Oh no, yeah, I wasn't cutting you off.
No,
It's
I
for
know
sure.
you wouldn't.
Yeah,
I'm just making sure, like, you know. That was just me being on my dumb shit. Whatever. Keep it moving.
All right. Well, this is a developing story, so we'll see. We'll see what
Yeah.
comes up next. Because
Yeah, because I'm
a
listen.
lot of what you said is not. A lot of people know. I don't know
I
that.
can get on I can get on old shit that I know what I'm saying that I done discovered via Black Twitter, but I'm not even gonna do that because like that shit, like I, I I can say it's hearsay, but at the same time I can look it up and see that that shit was the truth. Like Balenciaga on some crazy shit. Y'all thought Harvey Weinstein them was on some bullshit. Hey man, like y'all deep dive into the shit that people have seen, and you can look up on advertisements from Balenciaga.
Mm, I can only imagine
Like
because
that's yeah, that
they
shit'll fuck you up.
weird. This stuff is weird, and people just eat it up. But who am I to judge? So next
It wasn't
up,
even the weird shit. That's the thing that fuck you up. It wasn't even the weird shit. It was the shit that they was doing that made people like they had an advertisement of. And I'm just telling y'all this, and then I'm gonna move on because like this shit fucked me up too.
uh,
Um, they had an advertisement of a dude in a trench coat, nice trench coat, looked like he was in the office. Shit was cool. It was like a degree or a diploma on the wall next to him. The name on the degree is a dude that is for child love.
what?
I don't know if you know what child love is or the people that's listening to me. Child love is what certain pedophiles are trying to pass through law right now. They're like, it's
Ability to love a child
yes, it's
in
cool for you to be
in
in
an instant.
love and be in a relationship with a minor.
Mm, that just instantly makes me sick.
It should, and that's the thing. And I know I said I was going to stop at that, but I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna stop at this one because I got to stop. Um, they have this, and that's why I say, we have to really worry about what's going on. It seems like a lot of pedo shit is going on under our radar because they already told us about human trafficking and all these kids is coming up missing, losing their organs, all sorts of crazy things. We got to start paying attention to these people that we giving money to because we're funding this shit and we don't even know we're doing it. And
Yeah,
it's just so crazy that when it comes out because we don't even pay attention to a background anymore. We got to start
right,
doing that. That this
right. Yeah,
this
and
this
then
this
even
shit
when
is
you find out
crazy.
people just do a like take a blind eye to it too, you know.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, but no, I agree. I agree. We have to really start paying attention where our money goes, especially our black dollars, because our black dollars are very powerful. You know. So, but moving on.
yes. Let's
Next,
get past this.
the next topic is Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, believe he's the owner of the Cowboys,
Yes.
and uh, somebody spotted him in a picture when he was a teenager. He's like old as shit now, but when he was a
Yeah, he was
teenager,
14.
yeah, 14 years old. Somebody spotted him in a picture where he was at a school and they were trying to prevent the first black um students into the school. and he was part of the mob that was trying to prevent these kids from entering the school. Um, so yeah, so somebody spotted him, and there's been like this big uproar because he owns a football team, and we all know the majority of football teams have black people on it. So it's like, um, are you deep down in your heart racist, and you're just playing on the surface because you got a whole bunch of black people working for you, or what's going on here? Some people want him to be removed, kind of like that whole thing with was it was it the Warriors whose owner said the N word a whole lot on audio, and they ended up getting him out.
300 or 250. Shit. I'm trying to think. No, it was the Clippers.
The Clippers. Okay. Yeah. So, excuse me. I know his last name was Sterling. Can't remember what his first name
Mm-hmm.
is, but they kind of want similar treatment for Jerry Jones. As far as right now, ain't nobody really said nothing. Um, LeBron James just was at like a press conference, and he pretty much checked the media and was just like, y'all couldn't wait to ask me questions about Kyrie, but ain't not one of y'all asked me a question about Jerry Jones. So,
Yeah, but fuck LeBron for even saying that, man. I hate to do that shit, but I'm gonna do that shit. Fuck LeBron for even saying that shit
oh, why you feel like that?
because when it was time to defend Kyrie, you didn't.
Yeah,
So don't do that. Don't know what I'm saying. Don't be on. I hate
he was right.
um
He was right, but I understand what you're saying as well.
yeah, I hate to be that nigga, but I have to be that nigga. Like LeBron know Kyrie. Kyrie been in the game for a minute. LeBron know him. LeBron know how he is. LeBron know how he move. Why you didn't defend him? Now you cause you basically like sacrificed the lamb when they asked you about Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
And then you turn around and say some shit about Jerry Jones. Now I get it. Everything you said about Jerry Jones is completely right. But you know where you completely wrong at is when you asking them about questions about Kyrie and you didn't defend that man.
Yeah.
So as much as I be like, I want to big up these niggas that be billionaires for real, you know, and because they say shit and they push social conscious and they they all still puppets on the string, man. And I seen that with how he did that. Now, like I said, it was very true what he said about Jerry Jones. Very true. It was untrue what he said about Kyrie Irving, though.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie's not an idiot. Kyrie's not dumb. Kyrie didn't make a bad decision. Kyrie sent a post or sent a tweet. That was it.
You're right. You're right.
Like
Said
that.
did nobody.
I don't want to do that because I know what I'm saying. Like I get it. I get it. We love LeBron, but nah, I don't want to hear what the fuck you got to say, LeBron.
Yeah.
Because you didn't back up this nigga like I did. I actually did my research to find out if this nigga was on some bullshit. And I'm just a lonely ass nigga from Kansas City. Let's just keep it 100.
Yeah.
You a nigga that can actually associate with him and didn't even figure out
Right.
what he was talking about.
Right.
I don't
Right.
want to
Like
hear you talking about Jerry Jones, nigga.
he could easily have one phone call and be like, dude, what's up? What's up? You know?
Exactly. Man, come on. I don't want to hear about your shit about Jerry Jones, nigga. Fuck you. It I not to say it like that, but niggas like Jerry Jones is the reason why you famous right now, nigga. Because they look for the big strapping buck.
Damn.
Fuck what you talking about.
Mm.
You wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Jerry Jones, nigga. Kyrie would have made it here because Kyrie was skillful and he had people that was backing him that wasn't a part of a system.
Mm.
Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
You
Sorry,
feel
that's just
something?
me.
Yeah. Yeah, you felt that. You
I
felt that
did. I
shit.
didn't like that. I got what LeBron was saying, but at the same time, I was like, bitch ass nigga, fuck nah. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
why would you even get on? You would say that statement like that shit would diminish what you said about Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you say about Jerry Jones. All you had to do was say Kyrie was stupid. Now you think niggas is stupid because they believe in something?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always fall back on that. Like, what the fuck? Because they believe in some
And
shit
that's what
that
they
was
want.
idiotic.
And that's the killer part. That's what they want. They want to keep us ignorant. They don't want us to know the truth about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's all he was basically doing, just really trying to find the truth. You know? But he's stupid for trying to
You
find
got
find
you got niggas like Shaq browbeating him. At the same time you browbeating him, nigga, you had this fucking movie at your fucking theaters.
Yeah. And then I didn't even know he had theaters. I was like, oh, okay. I was
That's how you know the system is bought.
That's how I
That
found
shit that
out.
happened with Kyrie, you could tell that the system is bought.
Yeah.
Because I watched
Yeah.
niggas that
Yeah.
I used to love Shaq. I thought Shaq was the shit. Everybody heard about Shaq just going to Walmart and paying for everybody's fucking shit. I prayed that I went to Walmart and Shaq was there. Nigga, I'm buying a 70-inch TV, bitch. What are you talking about?
right. Right. Need the biggest one y'all got. Like what
I'm
y'all got
getting
in
it. Oh shit, Shaq. Oh my bad, bro. I didn't know you was here. I was gonna pay for this shit myself. I got like $13,000 worth of shit there.
right, because you heard that he was there. And all he ran in to do was to buy some toilet paper.
That's, you know what I'm saying?
$13,000.
But then this nigga turn around and talk this bullshit. Then Charles Barkley, hey, everybody know about Charles Barkley, so fuck all
Yeah.
that shit. But everybody know how Charles Barkley do.
Charles Barkley is
He's,
like on the spectrum of a Herschel Walker. Is that
I
going
can
too
give
far?
you that.
Okay.
I can give you that.
Yeah.
He's
Like he's on that
he's
road.
Herschel Walker that didn't get hit a bunch of times.
Right. He's Herschel Walker with his marbles still. Because Herschel ain't got him. Herschel ain't got him. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't get that. But and even in saying in all of this, while we talking shit about these niggas, I haven't heard any of these niggas say anything wrong about fucking Jerry Jones.
Mm-hmm. Just like they haven't said anything about Brett Favre.
Exactly. Nah, I take it back. I think I heard something. I think I heard something that Shaq said, but I'm not gonna be so for sure. I ain't gonna say like it's out there.
Even
I think I heard it.
even if you did hear that Shaq said something, it don't even stand out enough for you to know.
That is true. That's true.
you know?
But yeah, but that's the thing. Like these motherfuckers are getting a permanent pass. Like Stephen A. Smith. I promise. Before I say what I say, y'all,
I'm
I don't
just
give a fuck how y'all feel about Stephen A. Smith. I fuck with him when it comes to analytics, when it comes to players and certain niggas and sports. Fucks with this nigga. Cause this now I ain't gonna say 9 out of 10, but I'm gonna say 7 out of 10, he be 100% right. So I fucks with Stephen A. At the same time, Stephen A. a whole coon for giving this nigga Jerry Jones a pass. And I don't give a fuck. I say that shit in his face. Like that was a coon move to give a nigga a pass. I don't give a fuck how a nigga changed his life. Your stigma, your stigma. We born with a stigma. You see what we look like? I don't give a fuck what I do. If I shoot a nigga in self-defense right now, I'm gonna still have to go to trial.
yeah.
So Jerry Jones still got to go to trial.
But what does
You
that
don't
look
give
like?
that nigga no pass.
What is
Fuck is
him
you
going to
talking about?
trial?
Let the black people decide if they fuck with him or not.
But what does Jerry Jones going to trial look like?
Jerry Jones going to trial looks like this. All these niggas who act like they heterosexual males and they actually gay because they Cowboys fans. Oh my God. Like, it's all these damn Cowboys fans. But these niggas gonna have to make a decision. These niggas right here are gonna have to make a decision. Like, hey, this shit you seen. That's what they're doing. The shit that your mamas and your grandmothers and all of them fought for. You see Jerry Jones with whatever squad he was with blocking this. Do you still fuck with Jerry Jones and this Cowboys? Cowboys is quote unquote America's team. So America's team is telling you to this day, and what is this? December 2nd, December 3rd, 2022. We've all seen the picture. Excuse me. Fucking my camera up. We've all seen the picture. So we seeing that, and we're allowing Jerry Jones to have a pass. So we're saying that shit is still cool. That's cool. We still scared of these white people like that?
So,
Like, come on, man.
what do you say to the people that are like, okay, he was 14 and he could have changed by now. It's been X amount of years, and um you're not the same person that you were when you was 14. What do you say to that person?
I say this. For every person, because I know a black and a white one that went to jail for something that they did when they was kids, and they changed their whole life around, and they still got charged with it when they got caught. I say, you deserve the same fate, my nigga. You deserve the same fate. I got a homeboy right now doing 34 years on some shit he did when he was 14, and they didn't even charge him until he was 20.
Mm. They held on to that so that they charge him as an adult, or is that just when he got?
I don't know what they did, but yeah, that's how it went. So a motherfucker can't tell me shit about that. You still need to go. You still need to go through the. I ain't saying you got to go through the judicial system, but you still got to go through trial and jury to the people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I'm not this and I'm not that, and I take my people to the Free Slave Museum or whatever the fuck he fucking tried to do. That shit don't change the fact that you was there that day, my nigga.
So
not only you was there, my day, you stuck your head out there to make it be known you was there that day.
just shout out to the person who realized who the fuck that was in the picture. Like, I would have never knew who the hell that was in the picture. I would have just saw a picture with a bunch of faces. Like who
It's
pointed
young
that
Jerry Jones out there screaming,
out?
"Fuck you, niggers! White power!"
Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? But um Derek says salute to y'all. Hey.
What's up, Derek? But for real, like,
Uh
if you give him a pass, you only telling him everything he did when he was younger. He was right.
so do you feel like he should have the same fate as the Clippers former owner?
Okay, you said that, and I'm gonna ask you a realistic question.
Okay.
Do you think that um if they caught a glimpse of the nigga that shot Martin Luther King, like if they took a picture of this nigga right before he took the shot, do you think he deserves the same fate as the motherfucker that shot Trayvon Martin?
Yeah.
Do you think so I'm saying with in
Talking
those
about the
same
person
scenarios, like
or the person that shot?
you said what?
Are you talking about the person that took the picture or the person that shot?
The person is shot.
Okay. Yeah, they should have the same. They both took somebody's life. One was planned, the other one wasn't. I think that's pretty much the gist of what happened if we break it down to bare bones.
So not even break it. They took somebody's life. So they supposed to be they supposed to be ridiculed or put on judgment like they supposed to. So
Mhm.
yeah, this nigga's supposed to go to jail, just like Trayvon Martin killer is supposed to go to jail, but he didn't. So that's why I was asking, like, do you want that nigga to have the same fate that Trayvon Martin killer did? Because like that nigga just walked away scot free.
Well, no, I feel like Zimmerman shouldn't have walked away scot free because, like, Martin Luther King's killer went to jail. So, excuse me. I feel like Zimmerman should have went to jail.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, so that question is like that question is crazy because it's like, nah, you're supposed to be held accountable for the shit that you do.
But that's the thing because I don't feel like there's that big of a difference. I feel like the only big difference is that Sterling was caught on audio saying what he said, and Jerry Jones, there's a picture of him, but he was a child, you know. So there's
But it's
outside of that, there's no big difference. I felt, and then I
because he
also
was
feel
a kid.
level. I feel like it's levels as well. Like if you do an investigation and find out what he did at the rally, because it ain't necessarily a bad thing that you're at the rally unless you were doing something bad at the or what or mob or whatever the case. He could have just been there. Now, I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses for him because again, we don't know what he did there, but he could have just been there just watching, being a spectator. And that ain't
What
necessarily a
side
good
was
thing.
he on, Lindsay? What
We
side
don't
was he on?
I mean, he was on the mob side.
Exactly.
That's what the photo shows. But it could have been one side because it wasn't nothing in the picture and what I've seen with similar mobs like that. There's no other side. It's just a swarm of white folks that's
Yeah. Well,
surrounding
okay.
the
I'll give you
black.
that. But let me tell you something that I know for a fact, Lindsay.
Mhm.
If Jerry Jones was on the right side of this, they'd have been had a documentary about it. Because you know what white men love to do?
There, right?
Protest how good of a white man they are.
Right. But if he was just there, not doing anything, not necessarily saying that he was on the right side or the wrong side or anything like that, there wouldn't be no documentary. Probably wouldn't be anything that people would just know. It wouldn't be on his Wikipedia page or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But yes, you're right. Like if he was there talking about no, stop you guys, like
Yeah,
that would definitely be a documentary. They'll be like they would have put him right next to King. So yeah.
exactly. So let's not do that. And like
But
you
that's not
said,
what I'm doing. I'm
just
just
because he
saying,
was
like
there, like, what do you mean?
I,
Just because if you're there, like, if a bunch of your friends say, "Hey, we about to go out here and protest these niggers going to our school," if you decide to join them, then you're a part of the problem.
but that we don't. But that's what I'm saying. Like we don't know because it could have just been like it's supposed to be some black folks coming. You know how such and such and such and such be. All right, well, sure. I'm about to go see what's going on. It could be for being nosy. You know what I'm saying? Or it could have been at the beginning of the school day and they were trying to go to school, but this situation is happening. Like we don't know what happened. Like and I feel like
Man,
that's the I feel like
are
that's
you
the
telling
difference
me?
with
I'm just
journalists.
asking. Are you telling me that you're secretly a Dallas Cowboys fan? Because everything that you're saying to me sounds like a dude that secretly wants to suck a dick. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that shit don't. No, he was a kid. He was 14. I give you that. He was a 14-year-old boy that went to a riot on the wrong side. He was on the wrong side of the
There's
riot.
there's no there's literally when you see those videos and you see those pictures like an overview picture, there is no side. It's a swarm with about three black people in the middle. Like it's no
Exactly.
side. So
So
you don't
why wasn't he
so
behind them black girls? Or why
I
wasn't
but
he in front of them black girls? Why
again
he
we're
have to? He was in the middle of a crowd that was against it. So that
in
means,
the middle of a
and that
crowd.
whole little crowd he was in, at least five of them motherfuckers he knew, and those five motherfuckers agreed with what he was talking about. And out of those five, two of them agreed with the rest of the fucking crowd. We just gonna do logistics, and we gonna say that nigga was on the wrong side of the fucking building. So
I
we're not
mean,
gonna give him no pass.
I hear you. I understand, and I low key agree with you because I feel like if that was the case, then he would have said something to that effect by now. You know what I'm saying? This has been like a thing for a minute, but in the same breath, if we're talking about a picture, the picture just shows him standing there. Like it's not the aha moment. It's not the hand in the cookie jar moment. It's that, and I feel like that's like a big difference between him and Sterling, because like the audio killed that. Any speculate that girl could have said all types of shit about him, and when nobody really paid attention to her, but she had audio, and that pretty much ruined it for him. Just this photo of him not doing nothing but standing there, and at 14 years old, when the man is what 80, like I don't know if he's 80 or not. It's just he look it, but
He's old.
yeah, like I just I don't. I mean, a lot of that could have been his turning point. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have been there on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But if he would have saw the mistreatment that those black people were getting, and all they wanted to do is go to school, that could have been his turning point. You know what I'm saying? And he could have looked at life differently. What if that's the
Yeah,
case?
I get you
All of a
playing the
sudden,
devil's advocate on that.
yeah,
I get all that. At the same time, I want you to remember that this is the same guy who, when Colin Kaepernick was kneeling, and the whole NFL got to kneeling. He was telling motherfuckers, if you kneel, you lose your job. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
let's do that. And then when they found out about it, he he went out there with his bitch ass and act like he was gonna kneel. Like this is the same guy. We
yeah.
gotta understand. You gotta play a spade like a spade.
I get it. I get it. And he could be the devil, and that was photographic proof that he was the devil as a kid. I don't know. Um, I'm just saying it needs to be a little bit more than just a photo of him standing there before we
Yeah, I
start
get that. It needs to be, and everything after that proved that photo was accurate to me.
the photo could very well be accurate,
So
Um,
it's just one of those things where he still got to be held accountable because at the end of the day, he's at the mercy of being someone who has accumulated a bunch of money wrangling niggas. So he has to say something about this.
yeah,
He has to. It's no other way around it. It'd be a
yeah,
difference if Jerry Jones got caught in that photo and then that nigga owned the all Spanish soccer team. Nobody would even give a fuck.
yeah. That wouldn't make waves, but I get it. The nature of the business and how it's already controversial with how they treat the players and the owners, and how people have made parallels to like modern day slavery and stuff. I get it. I get it. So, um, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I went on my tangent already, man. Shit.
yeah. So, if
Jerry
anything
Jones
new
is a
develops,
foul nigga, man.
yeah. If anything new develops, then we'll definitely come back and revisit this.
Ain't nothing gonna happen to this, man.
I doubt
Hey,
it. Yeah.
man, we living under a rule where as long as black people don't speak in the next 6 months, that ain't going nowhere.
Mm, yeah.
Because we don't
Yeah.
care about us. It's crazy. I hate to say it because it's only a handful. It's me, Lindsay, the people listening to this podcast, other podcasts. But those are that it's 50 million people. It's 50 million black people in the U.S. So we only a small fraction, man.
Hmm.
Nah,
That's
people got to really give a fuck.
right. 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 You're right. Um. But yeah. So that's Jerry Jones. So next up is a question that I'm bringing to the show. And it stemmed from a couple weeks ago. 21 Savage apparently made a comment on Clubhouse talking about Nas not being relevant. Nas had dropped a new album, and he supposedly 21 Savage supposedly said on Clubhouse that he's not relevant. He just has a loyal fan base. So that along with Boosie saying he said somebody wasn't he said Jay-Z wasn't relevant. Um yeah, so I brought those up because I'm bringing a question to the show. 90s music, 90s artists, people that started in the 90s, are they at a point where they're irrelevant now. I personally don't feel that way. Um, I I don't feel like just because you've been out an X amount of years or whatever that now all of a sudden you're irrelevant. Um, and then who's to say who's relevant and who's not relevant? Because I feel like having a loyal fan base is pretty relevant, you know. So, um, what are your thoughts behind that?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in on this. I'm sorry, I thought I told Jasmine to jump in, and she was like, "I'm not jumping in on this shit.
On me because you can't hold your
I'm not jumping in on this. I had to go pee.
This is your show.
I had to go pee, and I was like, Jasmine, jump in on this, and she was like, I'm not doing that shit. I'm like, but I gotta go pee.
That's on you.
But like, anyway, this is the banter we go through, y'all. Like, this is really live and in effect. I'm giving y'all the real of me.
Right.
No, but real shit. I don't get how 90s music is not relevant. Like
Yeah.
these old niggas, like these old niggas from like the 70s, the 60s, um, early 80s, you know what I'm saying, where I was born. Um, if if they can still get on, why can't 90s niggas? Like, you know, the whole thing about hip hop is it was supposed to go from generation to generation to generation, and then in that become immortal. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how can you say you fuck with niggas from the 80s, but then say you don't fuck with no 90s niggas? That's weird.
Yeah.
Like, these 90 niggas is still doing it. Like, these 90 niggas is crushing. Like, have you heard of fucking Fabulous mixtape? That shit is amazing.
Fabulous ain't 90s.
Fabulous is slow mo 1998?
No. Ghetto Fabulous came out in 2001 and came out on 9/11.
Ghetto Fabulous did.
Yeah,
That
that was
super that Superwoman shit. When did it come out?
2000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so scratch Fabulous. Again, Jadakiss. Let's talk about Jadakiss.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Jadakiss has never let you down on a mistake. He ain't never let you down on the album. The problem is his album doesn't get the spins that everybody else gets because he's a 90s rapper.
Yeah.
But even scratch that, let's even talk about LL Cool J. Ladies love Cool James.
He's an 80s
That
rapper.
nigga
Though.
still sell out shows. So what are we talking about? And that's an 80s rapper becoming a 90s rapper.
Yeah. And he had hits in the 2000s too.
It's LL Cool J.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's one of the,
Let's talk about Andre 3000 being someone that you seek out when you want to write a hood song, but also have depth in it.
you know, I had came across somebody that they made a point. I don't know how good of a point it is, but they made a point about Andre 3000. They was like, we need to stop putting him in the conversation of greats. He has yet to do a solo album, and even his it was like even his partner's done that, and It was just like, okay, um, you don't necessarily need to make a solo album to be considered a great, but I can see where you're going with the argument.
I can see where I can see where he was going if Andre 3000 wasn't held in the high regards that he was held in. Even though he never came out with a solo album per se, that dual album that they had, Speaker Box and Love Below sold way more units than Speaker Box alone when they
They sold
split
it
it up.
separately.
You said what?
I'm gonna say they sold it separately.
After a while, they sold it separately. You can get the Love Below
Oh,
or you can get the Speaker Box. Love
oh,
Below sold way more.
I never knew they split it
So
up. Oh,
yeah, they split it up after like a year.
okay.
But anyway, what I'm saying is, um, Andre 3000 is a different breed. Like, yeah, he didn't have to have a solo album by himself, but the body of work he always put together since like what 1992 compared to the Love Below, you can't do nothing but grant him as one of the greatest MCs because it'll be a difference if nobody ever talked about it.
Hmm.
Like, because a motherfucker can say they a great MC, but don't nobody talk about you no more. Like Cassidy. Cassidy to me is a great MC. What rappers talk about Cassidy to this day? Nobody.
Nobody outside of Philly.
Ex- Not even Philly. Them niggas don't even talk about it. They ready to let him go.
Yeah, yeah.
So it, you know what I'm saying? That's when that shit don't matter. I'm saying it. You know what I'm saying? I can say this nigga this and this nigga that. Now Andre worldwide has solidified itself as as one of the elite MCs with his body of work, and then the Love Below uh second album because it was one album with Speaker Box and then Love Below.
Hmm.
He don't have to do nothing else. Technically, he did have a solo because Andre didn't. Andre had a feature. I mean, Big Boy had a feature. That's it. Big Boy had a feature on that shit. The rest of that shit was all fucking Andre 3000.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that nigga's one of the top elite. I don't fuck with that. And on side of that, like this nigga will never come out with an album, but he will always give you a verse out of nowhere. That shit he did on
Well,
Donda was amazing.
yeah, I noticed that about him too. It seems like he's just readily accessible if you just call him. But you gotta call
He got bars. He just don't have to make money off them motherfuckers no more.
him. Yeah. Or maybe he makes more money doing something else.
It's same thing. He don't have to make money off bars no more. Like when he told you, you know,
They
what do you
can.
say? We live beat to beat like you live check to check.
Yeah.
Like like so he don't have to do that no more. He's elevated from that.
Right. Right. They
So now he
can.
chilling. So whenever a nigga say, I need you to write a bar, this nigga already got shit in the arsenal. Uh, uh.
Yeah. They can.
This nigga made an intro about his mama, and this nigga still managed to say this was made for big dick niggas. Like, he was still able to put that in the bar when a nigga
Right.
was making an intro about his mama.
Right. Okay.
Andre 3000 is a beast, man. Fuck what niggas talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I agree as well. Get the can though. When you watch this back, you're gonna be like, dang, I didn't hear none of that. I didn't say it like 5 times.
Fuck it. I was on my tangent. You know when I get on my tangent, I'm doing my thing.
I was like, yeah, they can. Yep, they can. Hmm. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the ones that are active, you know, that are doing things to stay on people's minds, I feel like they're absolutely relevant. You know what I'm saying? And having a steady fan base is a part of being relevant. You know what I'm saying? And just because they're not relevant in your world doesn't mean that they're not relevant in the world. You know what I mean? So like when 21 Savage allegedly said that, it was just like I don't see life with Nas not being relevant. So what are you talking about?
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so much. These niggas forget that they influenced by 90s rappers. They not influenced by the shit that they say they influenced by. Niggas that talk
Mm-hmm.
that shit, they'll get on some punk rock and Christian music and be like, yeah, uh Godsmack influenced me. Like, fuck nah. Them niggas didn't influence you because them niggas don't rap. Rap niggas influence you. You just happen to have a genre that you can jump in that nobody was into.
Mm-hmm.
But rap niggas influence you. Like, I don't get it. Like 90s rap is what is this? From 90s to these niggas is 30 plus. Yeah, that shit influenced you.
Absolutely.
That shit influenced the fuck out of you. Just like I'm an 80s baby, just like 70s music influenced me. Because 70s music was all through the 80s.
Yeah.
Like, don't stop acting like that.
Yeah. 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 It's just I don't know. It just this generation period, not necessarily with entertainers, but just people period. They're just mad disrespectful. You know.
These
So
motherfuckers act like nowadays these niggas in 2022 act like Tech Nine and Eminem didn't teach them how to rap fast.
you said say that one more time?
I said these niggas in 2022 act like Tech Nine and Eminem didn't teach them niggas how to rap fast.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you heard what I said.
No, I had to think about it because M does rap fast. You know,
Yeah,
when he first came out or whatever, he wasn't doing what he doing now. And I don't really listen to him now. Like I
well you
remember,
should.
yeah, I mean I listened to Kamikaze, that was cool. But other than that, mm,
Nah, he been rapping fast for a long time. It's like a lot of
right.
I'm just one of them. Like you got to get into certain things, but that's veering off to the left.
It is. Yeah, but I mean I ain't really listened since Slim Shady, so maybe a couple of albums after that. But yeah, you're right.
You sleep.
Yeah. But you're right. That is left. So but yeah, so
It was a muscle. At the end of the day, man, 90s rappers are still relevant because it's always a genre where somebody needs to pick up 90s music. I don't give a fuck if it's young or old. Like, niggas still love lyricism.
yeah. You know what be killing me? That I had to like sit and think like, well, it is like 15, 16 years old and shit like that, is that people are sampling stuff from the 2000s now. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
Yeah.
damn. But then you think about it, well, it did come out in like 2004. So, but just crazy. It's crazy how like the stuff is repeating. Because when we was kids, you know, my mom used to say, all the time when it was a song, like that's a remake, that's a remake, that's a remake, and and now like we're kind of like doing that now because we are alive when the originals come out, and then you hear it remade. So now you're like, that's a remake, that's a remake,
Yeah,
So
but
it's just
I mean, like our mamas used to tell us, don't nothing change under the sun, man. We all wanted to
and
avoid
it just shows.
the situation, but we're here now.
Yeah, right, right, and then it just shows like how much relevance the '90s did have. You know what I'm saying? Because like that song "Toxic" by YG, that's Mary J. Blige, which is a sample from something else, but he sampled Mary. That song came out in the '90s. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's the thing. It's like yeah, 90s is so relevant because 90s is with everything. It's just coming back.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Well,
you know what I'm saying. Everything comes back, and the '90s is coming back. Like shit, you can watch some. You can watch some shit. You can see some shit on the street that you be like, "What the fuck?" It'd be a nigga right now in some fucking overall shorts and some felines, and he'll think he fly as fuck.
right,
And you like, I ain't seen this shit since I was in middle school.
hmm right, right. That's happening often. That's happening often, actually.
Yeah,
So,
this shit just coming. Yeah, that shit just come right back, man.
yeah. So that is it. If '90s artists are still relevant, the answer is yes. Feel like
Yeah,
we're in a
100%.
yeah. So now we have the fucked up song of the podcast. So this week's song is Tony Braxton, Love Should Have Brought You Home. Um and my screen froze. So we're gonna go ahead and go over the lyrics here in a second.
You gotta get real low.
All right, so verse one. Uh, should I even listen? Should I even try? Will I just be hearing the same old lines, baby? See,
Yeah,
it
you gotta get deeper than that. Like it's no, she does that
all right.
way deeper.
Should I even listen? Should I
There we go.
even try? Or will I just keep hearing the same old lines, baby? See, it doesn't matter what you say this time. Cause our whole relationship is built on just one lie. You say things aren't the way they seem, but still you can't come straight home with me. How can you think that you're in love when you don't know the
The
meaning of
meaning of
love?
love
Should
should
have brought
have brought you home.
you
You home last night.
now.
You should have been with me. Should have
Love.
been right by my side, baby.
If you cared anything for me, then love would have
Then
brought
love should have brought you to me last night.
you. Gotta hand it to you. You had me there for a while. I was so in love with you, I couldn't see past your
See that
smile.
you smile.
Now I smell the coffee. I got a wake up call, and it left a message that you just don't care
Just
at
don't
all.
carry it on.
Can't expect me to believe that she does not mean anything. You say that you love only me. You're kind of loving, my darling. I just don't need love. Should have brought you home last night. You should have been
You
with
should have
me.
been with me. Should have
Right?
been right by my side, baby. If you care, if you really care.
Then love would have brought you to me last night. Oh, baby, why? Why do men think that that's love just for the moment, not over time? Please tell me why. Why should I think that you're gonna be sincere? Are you deserving? Don't blame
This is
me.
a person that does not really see. She didn't really listen to this song, folks. Like
Right. I was here for the chorus.
she
Let's
did
see.
not.
Don't blame
She
me
did
if you
not
just
really
don't
listen to
believe.
this song, y'all. Sounds to
Right.
me, growing up with a single mother, my mother felt all of this pain. I don't know how Lindsay's mom would feel, but my mom
I'm
felt
not
all this
doing it.
pain.
Yeah, she would probably be mad at me because she played the hell out of this song. But I don't remember this part. Just don't okay. Just don't believe it. Just don't believe that you'll always be here. Then the chorus. That's it. So
You don't remember. Just gonna believe you'll be here. Love should have brought you home.
I
Woo!
remember her saying that, but it didn't sound like this is what she was saying. That's, that's where
It's
I'm
so
lost. I'm
different when
like,
you're reading it. It's so different when you're reading it.
yeah, I'm like, wait, wait. I don't remember that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
see, because she ad libbed that shit.
right. She felt that shit. Look, she built that shit. So so what are your thoughts?
I mean, not to be funny, but I've seen this happen. I know that this happens. Uh, the problem is, as much as Tony Braxton or any woman going through this is speaking this shit, they still not jumping up and leaving. They're still there,
Mm,
and they're saying the same thing every time.
okay,
And
well,
he's not gonna stop doing what he's doing because you're not going nowhere.
well, if we put a little context to this song, remember this song was on the Boomerang soundtrack, and when they played it, it was at the part when Holly Berry left Eddie Murphy, and she said love should have brought your ass home last night, and at the end of that argument, she said she was leaving and she left. But to your point, at the end of the movie, she came back. So yeah.
I was about to say like that. I was sure if you ended it on that, I was like, did anybody watch the fucking ending of Boomerang? She came right on back.
Yeah. Well, eventually, but nonetheless, she did. So, um,
Um,
I mean, it is a kind of a fucked up situation, so it was appropriate. But, I mean, you know what? Are you doing that on purpose now?
at this point, I was doing that on purpose. My bad. I did. I was like, boom.
Right.
But here we go.
Right. Well, now you see it, now you know. But, but yeah.
My,
Uh,
my, my bad. I'm just petty. Uh, nah, real shit that nah, just it is what it is. Like some people gotta understand that when you're in relationships, um, ain't nobody gonna that person ain't gonna change if you don't change. So you can talk a bunch of shit about I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, but if you don't change, that person ain't gonna change.
mhm.
You know that this song is truly Tony Braxton saying this shit 100 times, and he like, yeah, I'm different, babe. I ain't doing this, and then he still do this, and then she still don't leave him.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, he tested the waters to see what would happen. Now that he knows what would happen, he's like, I'm willing to take that risk. Ain't that big of a deal because you ain't leaving at the end of the day. All I gotta do is, cry and beg, say I won't do it again when we all know I'm gonna do it again. Like,
Yeah. You know what eventually is gonna happen? That
what?
nigga's gonna find somebody to leave you for.
Mm,
That's the shit that's real crucial that women need to be mindful of. It's like that nigga just to find somebody to leave you for. Like if she's doing more things than you, plus he can go over there and fuck when he wants to, and she ain't saying nothing out loud. Yeah, that's crazy. But it happens. It happens a lot. Like I've seen it happen. Like
yeah.
nah, like he was just waiting on someone. You was allowing him to be comfortable, and then he found somebody that he would be more comfortable with.
Hmm. Right. Right. Maybe that person he can be upfront. Don't have to hide it. Don't have to play that song and dance when you find out.
Exactly.
You know. Yeah. So, but I mean, you could definitely hear the pain and the anger in her voice when she does sing it.
I
So,
mean, yeah,
yeah, it's like,
that
dang.
and the super testosterone she had in her voice.
Oh Lord.
I thought Tony Braxton was a 14-year-old boy the first time I heard. And like, goddamn, that just
And you think
sound like a
Babyface
man, like a young
singing?
man turning into a man.
Lord, you think Babyface was singing with a 14-year-old boy? All right.
You don't know the meaning of. I'm like, what the fuck is this middle school kid knowing about this pressure?
What kind of life he leading? Well, we're gonna make us
Come
a
on, man.
career.
I'm in the generation of just call me a Mac. Get the fuck out of here. I thought that was a little boy with a grown voice.
Damn. Yeah. FYI,
Tony
he does
Braxton.
sing that.
I didn't know who Tony Braxton was.
Yeah. But FYI, he does not sing Call Me the Mac at his residency. So, but yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, hey, if you're in my age bracket and you don't remember just call me a Mac, then you fucked up. You grew up on some strict parents. Like they didn't let you listen to no type of music except whatever the church was giving you.
The
Because
church
come
and
on, just call me a Mac. That was all on the radio.
right, right. The church and Disney. That was it. Yeah. But no, he doesn't touch the first album. So yeah. Um what's
I'm
the
saying the
I mean I
voice is
would
similar. The voice is
yeah.
very similar. Like we're not gonna act like Usher ain't never like Usher just became a singer. Usher was very good for a long time. That's what I'm
Yeah.
basing it on. I'm saying she sound like a 14-year-old adolescent boy.
Ooh, that's crazy. And, you know, I watched that video she did, that song that she got with Babyface on the Boomerang soundtrack. I watched a video for that not too long ago, and I was like, God, at least she look good now. Like she looks younger now than she did back then, to be honest. And that shit was a good 30 years ago.
Right. I give
So
you that. She does look. She looks way good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I
She looks
saw
better
her.
than her little sister, which
Yeah, she looks better than
is
all
not
of them.
disrespectful.
She looks better than all of them. Let's just be real about that. She looks better than all of them, and she's the oldest. She's the oldest. She looks way better than all of them. Her and Trina are the best looking ones.
Yeah, because
R.I.P.
the rest of them look kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, yeah, and I've seen her Lifetime movie, and I don't think there was anything going on in her life at the time that would make her sing about something like this. Excuse me. So she pulled that pain from somewhere. I don't know where, because I think her parents were still together when that song came out. So yeah, she pulled that from somewhere. But
Okay.
yeah, yeah, but that's the reason why she's one of the greats. But yeah, but that was the fucked up song. Um, I don't have any final thoughts. So what is
Fucked up
Jerry's
song of the week by the Young Boy Prodigy. No, nah,
Lord?
grown ass woman. This is a grown ass woman.
This is grown, super grown. But yeah, but what's Jerry's final thoughts?
You know what? I'm gonna honestly say I don't have any final thoughts for this episode. This episode has been cool. It's been great. Um, and it's getting us back in the zone. And I feel like we need that. That's it. For everybody that's listening to us, understand that, sometimes we take hiatus, but we come back and we still try to give you something strong. So
Mm-hmm.
I hope this was a good episode for you like it was for me. And as always, take care of yourself and others.
All right. Well, that was episode 66, and we will see you guys for the Ish We Talk episode 67. Bye.
Exactly.